I went back to my old habits and created two profiles on the date apps, Adam for Adam and Bigger City. After a month of love bombing from hot, hairy, hung young men below the age of 30, I became so disgusted with the whole fantasy process of looking for love and deleted my two profiles and took a long, hot bath to wash away the filth of the internet. My name is Eric, and welcome to the craziness that lives inside my head. Pre-COVID of 2020, I was an Adam for Adam slut, and my bedroom had a revolving door. I think I was going through a midlife crisis at the time. You know what I mean. In your late 60s, past your prime, and nobody wanted a fat old smelly fart of a man who may have one foot in the grave. My only complaint about that era in my life was even though I was whoring around, I still wanted that fairy tale dream of my prince who came knocking on my door and I had to fit into his size 13 and a half slippers so he could just lift me off my feet and we lived happily ever after. 90% of the men back then were married, and the other 10% was living in the closet, and neither one wanted to be seen outside my bed with another man. When I saw them shopping in Walmart with their wives, we put our blinders on and acted like strangers. When COVID hit in 2020, everybody disappeared except for a few renegades. So I relinquished my profiles off all the date apps and became celibate, and not by choice, I must add. This period of my life, I was going through a knee replacement, hormone therapy, and radiation therapy for my prostate cancer. As an aside, I did have a fling with an elder man who kept me in check on my illness and was a great help of being there for me at the time. And that's another story, by the way. So now that I've been off of hormone therapy and radiation, plus my new replacement has healed, and this is like 2 years now. I've been off those therapies for 2 years, and I've gotten a little frisky. So I decided to return to my old slutty ways. I put up two profiles, one on Adam from Adam and the other one on Bigger City. I'm a veteran when it came to these date apps. However, I never saw so much bullshit on these apps. Faceless profile contacting me about a date and refused to show me their face pics. The arrogance of these people. Profile faces of men that should be porn stars. I told one guy, "My God, you are perfect. With a face like yours, the perfect muscle body, the hung penis," and he even messaged me with a video of him masturbating. "Why are you contacting me? Because your future lover being that," he was contacting me, he wanted to be his future lover, being that you are 3,000 miles away. I never understood this. These guys contacting me, they're looking for love, they're looking for the soulmate, and they're 3,000 miles away. And he's not the only one. I mentioned this to all of them. So, and I said to them, when you can get a man that have your dreams right there in Los Angeles, because this one was in Los Angeles. I mean, you're in a big city. Most of these guys in these big cities, thousands and thousands of gay men. And men will fall at your feet for a night out with you, Now, usually when I said this statement to these guys, they usually take it as a compliment, And then they turn it around. They said, "Well, how come you're not finding it?" They said, "How come you don't have anybody?" Well, first of all, I said, "Well, I'm not searching 3,000 miles away for a boyfriend, for a lover. And I said, if you want to know the real reason why I ain't got nobody, because I ain't looking like I don't have muscles. I'm fat, and I don't have a penis the size of yours. If I had all that, I wouldn't be on the internet. So this guy, this one guy that I told pretty much the same thing to, he said, now he wrote back. It had a very angry tone to it. He wrote back, "What do you think I'm doing? Wasting my time? I sent you a photo of my dead husband." Yeah, he did. When he first contacted me, he sent me a picture of him and his husband. His husband had died 3 years ago. He sent me a picture of it. He said, "I sent you a photo of my dead husband. I told you that I've been looking for 3 years to replace him, and how I find you very attractive and lovable. And you think I'm playing games? If you're not serious about this established relationship, let me know now." And all I did is I just responded with, "Okay." I mean, after all that, it went through one ear and came out the other. Now you're going to tell me that I'm 3,000 miles away. You like my picture, and from the way we wrote back and forth, you think that we're going to become lovers, and I'm 3,000 miles away. If you think that I'm gonna, this is my, I didn't say it to him, but in my mind, I'm saying if he thinks that I'm gonna, because you know what happens after a month or 2 months, you do that. They always want to. That's when they start asking you for money. Oh, I want to come to meet you, but I'm a little short or something, and you send them plane fare, which I had no intention of doing to begin with. But listen to this though. After he wrote me that little angry little message, I haven't heard from him like 3 days. And then finally, he did message me. He messaged me, listen to this, with this. He goes, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I go, "I'm fine." And I go back, "What's up with you?" He goes, "Oh, man, I'm strapped for cash. So I asked my neighbor if she could help me out. She says yeah, and that was a day ago. I didn't get paid yet. My boss is playing around with my paycheck. You think you could help me out?" And I go, "I'm broke, man. I wish I could help you out." And he writes back, "Oh, really? Really?" With a question mark. This time he put a question mark on it. And then you know what I did after that? I just blocked him. In fact, I blocked everybody. It got to, and Adam for Adam got to be so fucking ridiculous. I never saw, when I first got on Adam from Adam back in 2006? Okay. 2006, let me tell you something. 2006, you didn't have all these, they call them fake profiles. Now, you may have one or two, but 2006, the game was still there. And most likely, it's somebody in your neighborhood or somebody in your town or in your area that would love bomb you, and then after they love bomb you, then they may come, if you get to meet them. Usually, sometimes you can get to meet them, providing that you give them money. "Oh, I can't get to your house if I need car fare," and that's how they start off. That was back in 2006, But now, you get these guys with these fake profiles. Now, they were doing it in 2006 and prior to 2020. You had, and especially on Adam from Adam, you could tell a fake profile. Ain't nowhere in the world a man who looks that good, built like that, hung like that, is going to contact you 3 miles away. A lot of times they do it from other countries. Ain't nowhere in the world he's going to do that with this stupid love bomb. "Oh, I find you very attractive. Let's get to know each other. Tell me more about yourself." I like that one. "Tell me more about yourself." I usually don't tell them anything. I just say, "I'm a sick, crazy man looking for sex." Anyway, it wasn't that bad. It was bad prior to 2020. 2006, it wasn't, like I said, 2006, you may come up across a fake profile. You could tell it wasn't that many. Majority of the time, it was the guys in your neighborhood who's showing off their big penis And then, but after a couple of more messages, then they drop the bomb that they need money. But now I went back to it. It's fucking ridiculous. Adam for Adam allows you to block 130 profiles. You can block 130 for free. If you want to block any more, you have to pay a membership. I couldn't believe it until I went to block another one and it wouldn't let me block. I realized I had blocked 130 profiles of guys contacted me who you won't believe it. They look so freaking unbelievably good looking, hung, hairy, and they're contacting me and they're 3,000 miles away. How come I can't get one contacted me? Well, actually, to be honest with you, one did contact me. I blocked him. He was my last block, by the way. The one contacted me in D.C. I'm not far from D.C. Maybe an hour drive, 2 hour drive from D.C. He contacted me. And then I wrote back about, let's meet at Starbucks. That's a weekend. I said, this weekend, let's meet at Starbucks. I don't mind taking a ride up to D.C., take a ride, He writes back, oh, wow, no, I'm not there. I'm in Alabama. How the fuck are you going to be in Alabama? You don't even look like for somebody from Alabama. You look for somebody from, those eastern, western countries in Europe. He don't look like no damn white man from Alabama. Speaking of that, there was a black man who contacted me. He was from Norway. I'm looking at him. You don't look, it's possible. Don't get me wrong. But he looks so good. Why the fuck he's in Norway asking me to be his lover? It's just this. It got so disgusting that I got off all of them. Excuse me. And Bigger City definitely wasn't as bad. Wasn't as bad as of Adam. You had one or two fakes, but you could tell them. You could tell, and they do. If they smile at you, you just forget it. And, the thing that pissed me off about Bigger City, there was a lot of guys in my area who was looking at my profile in my area. I only had one or two looking at my profile from more than 1,000 miles away, but majority of them were in my area. You had some faceless ones, but the ones that was looking at my profile, I did, contact them. They never contact me back. And now, I guess they didn't block me, but they just never contact me back. And that's what's frustrating. It's like, it's that old, what is it? People that I like don't like me. No, people that I like don't like me, and people I don't like. Let's put it, people who aren't fake don't like me, and people who are fakes, they're attracted to me. Anyway. Well, anyway, that's my rant. That's my rant. So I decided, I blocked everybody, took down all my profiles, and said, well, I'm going to have to take another break. And I'm going to tell you something. Maybe I had a friend who told me this back in when I first, maybe in 2017, we was talking about this. He's a little older than me. And he was saying to me, he said, when you get a certain age, those datelines are no good, because majority of these young boys, they're going to contact you because they think you got money and you're going to take care of them. Well, I don't know what the hell's going on. I can't understand why anybody will contact me from a world away thinking that they're going to, I don't know, convince me to move them in this country, or I don't know what it is. Even though I heard something about eHarmony. I think it was on the news, this woman, I didn't listen to the whole thing. When they was talking about, when she first started, they was questioning her about this guy she met in, I don't know, Saudi Arabia or something. She met, and she sent him, I guess, $1 million because he was having problems. And I just turned the channel, because I'm like, how in the hell are you going to send somebody that you never met in person, know nothing about, all you know is what you know on the website, and you're going to send them $1 million? And then I really got frustrated. I said, it's people like you make it bad for people like me. Because now they go on there, they figure these old people are so desperate they'll do anything to try to get them over here. Anyway, I'm just going to have to say, calm down. Like, there's too much going on in my life anyway for that. I just have to be celibate one more time. Thank you for listening to the craziness that lives inside my head.